welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OG. Back and we still, the subject is inflation and savings. So we're just gonna bring it in and kick game on it. What's up, DJ?
Oh man, I just want to say, I'm glad to see you, man, and you're looking good and everything like that. And I want to say to my audience that I hope you always are healthy and that you stay well and never become disabled. Because right now, in the state of Louisiana, they have a savings limit of $2,000, and that hasn't been adjusted from my research. 10 years. It's been frozen there for 10 years, and I've got a feeling it might be 20 years. It's been frozen there for 20 years. Say, like, my thing is, it's like, how much could you buy with $2,000 10 years ago compared to today? All right. So to me, that's what I call a poverty trap. What do you think, Goldee?
Well, we're speaking of the Social Security, how they got it where $2,000 is, your savings. That's what is the highest amount of money you can have as savings. And that hinders, a person's life as far as that just in itself keeps you on a poverty way of thinking, because you know that, according to their rules and regulations, you'll be breaking them if you was to want to try to live above that. So they want to keep your life stagnated, like, on a property level, and that's all bad.
Yeah, man. I want to speak from my own personal experience. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but I know about me. Sometimes, like if I got something I want to do, something I want to buy, or home improvement, or like if I want to chop down a tree because a windstorm come along, it did. A windstorm came along and knocked down a tree. All right, now the tree is big old oak tree. All right, so man, I got to call a professional to do that, right? And like, one time I had another tree trim, and in order for them to treat, it wasn't cut off. This tree got to be cut all the way down to the ground, right? So this tree only needed trimming, and that was $1,400. All right, just to have it trimmed off of my house, so it'll be safe, right? So and that was that. But I know compared to the amount of work that was done on that tree, compared to the tree that I got to deal with because of a windstorm, it's going to be over $2,000. So here I was trying to save up the money to get my tree removed. All right, and all of a sudden, I hit that ceiling, right? And matter of fact, because of my situation, you understand the way, the banking thing is going on with that, I didn't realize that I had $2,000 in the bank, unfortunately. And it was there for 2 months. So I got hit for over $1,000 of income loss over the last year. All right. So right there, that's a poverty trap. But here it is. I'm just trying to live my life normally. A normal thing that can happen to anybody. Anybody can get their pipes frozen, a tornado or windstorm come along, straight line winds. All right, knock down a tree or something like that, blow up part of your roof. That happened to me too. I had to repair that. That cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So this is what I'm saying. You need savings for emergencies like this.
No doubt. And like you said, that $2,000, that's your savings. That a person they expect the person to have to fall back on $2,000 of savings. Come on, man. And, you'll find yourself homeless again if a crisis do hit you. And if you think, you can fall back on $2,000, it's gonna be all bad.
Yeah, and guess what? Now they're wrestling with, the budget, the national budget. Now, what if something go wrong and they can't agree and stuff like that, and or some kind of way, they get to arguing and all they do is argue, and all of a sudden they can't approve the budget, right? And everything get cut. So now all you got is your little $2,000 or less, $2,000 or less. For most people, including me, that $2,000 ain't gonna last but 2 months. So here it is, you starving in 2 months.
$2,000 is not even gonna last 2 months because you got to understand. If you renting, you know what I'm saying, at least $1,000 of that 2,000 would be gone just on the rent. And then you have your utilities. You know what I'm saying? So that then if you have a car, you got your car note, stuff like that. So no, that 2,000 is less than a month. That's just gonna go within that first month.
Yeah.
You don't got nothing else to back you up to cover that, and you have to reach into that $2,000 savings. That's done in 1 month, man.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm saying, as a people, I don't care what color you are. This is color blind. This ain't got nothing. This ain't no black thing. This is everybody's thing. You feel me? Anybody that gets sick or get hurt real bad where you can't go back to work and you got to be on this disability, right? Anybody, any color, any race, all right, especially here in Louisiana, and you trying to survive off this $2,000, and I know some people are in the same boat as you, and that will not last 30 days. For me, it'll last 2 months before you start to starve. Can't pay your electric bill. Can't get you can't even pay the water or any other thing that you need to stay alive. So this is what I'm trying to say. They need to make adjustment on that. This is election time. What politician is talking about this? Is they talking about this? Is they talking about reparation?
Well, there again, that's a problem that, we're so quick to run and put in a vote, for people that we already know, the candidates that, we elect, they not about nothing as far as it comes down to dealing with the issues that we've been confronted with for 500 years now. Okay? We have not seen a change for that amount of time. And that's a fact because, we graduated from the slave plantation to the prison yard, from the prison yard to the so-called workforce here. And the reason people is becoming disabled is because of the workforce, because that's dragging you down mentally and physically, just going to work, just putting in the 8 hours a day, you know what I'm saying, and getting fed through peanuts, you know what I'm saying, after you receive your paycheck, and then you got your bills, the inflation of your bills are so sky high, your check really ain't covering it, but all of your time is put into, you know what I'm saying, going to somebody's job and, just being used.
Yeah. And let me tell you right here in Louisiana, man, if I was to consider going back to work, right, I had to go out and buy a car and have that car note, insurance payments and everything, just to get back and forth to work. Because the bus service, it's okay, but it's not really adequate to get you every place where a job employer may be at. All right. So you need a car out here in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Shreveport, Louisiana, you need a car just to maintain your job, to make sure you get there on time. You know you can't be late to work. You know, you get fired real quick like that.
Well, you can call anywhere down there in the world, yeah, especially in California too. As far as the bus services and all that stuff go, it's gonna cost you irregardless. You know what I'm saying? If whatever transportation that's gonna be needed for you to get back and forth to work, it's all about money. It costs you to go to work. It costs you to leave from that job to come back home. So they constantly hit your pockets.
Yeah.
You know, so working you, you know what I'm saying, and then paying you such low wages, you know, for your labor and stuff. It's just all bad.
Well, look, man, you know, we wanted to drop this on you. It's that time of year where we need to think about way more than the right to vote. We need to be thinking about whether or not you got any input on these laws, rules, and regulations that we live under, or is that person you voting in is representing some of the issues that will help your community, right? Now, right now, the way things are set up with disabilities, they are feeding, not us, they are feeding the banks, the credit card companies, the payday loans, and other lending institutions like your second mortgage or something like that in order to survive here in America. You know what I'm saying? So they're driving us to increase our credit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you think I'm driving, you know what I'm saying, listen to the news today. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the news tomorrow and see if anybody is talking about what people are doing with their credit card. And I'm telling you, these are the reasons why. You know, some people are in debt now. You know, it's not just poor money management. It's the amount of money you're getting paid, the amount of money for disabled people who can't really save no real money to survive in America. So here's the thing. You need to show up and show out. I forgot that politician's name that used to say this all the time. But let me tell you how you show up and show out, show up and show out right here on Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Leave a comment. Hit that like button. Subscribe to our show. Push us over that 1,000 subscriber mark real quick. You gotta put your time and your thoughts into action. Because right now, I feel like I'm speaking for myself, and I know this conversation affects millions of people across America.
Yep, and it's the design of the Illuminati. That's who we're feeding. That's who benefits from all the deeds and the actions of the people that, you know, saying that be a part of the workforce. And like I say, for the facilities that they got going, it's so-called to help a person when you get to that point where you need them to pay back, because if you work for them, you already paid into this system. So this is really the people's system, but it's controlled, you know what I'm saying, by another society. You know what I'm saying, which is the Illuminati society.
Well, I got to do my homework on that. Y'all do your homework on that. Leave a comment. Let us know if you got some research on that, and you can point us in the right direction. Maybe we'll cover that topic too on Behind the Scenes with the OGs. What you want to say before we wrap up this show, man?
Well, that was our presentation for Black History Month. And I hope that, you know, everybody, you know, have gained some type of insight to the importance of Black History Month that have been allotted to us, and that, you know, we get to the point where we we can participate more to where for Black History Month we can reach more of our people in an effective way. And with that, I'm gonna say over and out.
Yeah. Good night. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hit that like button, subscribe to our show, and please don't drive drunk.